Good evening. How is everybody tonight? I'm going to do a damn makeup tutorial tonight, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do old school when we actually didn't do all this contouring. Basically, back in the, well, maybe 70s and 80s, maybe they did contour, but I want to say that, our makeup still looked pretty good back then, even though we weren't doing all these little fancy dancy things. So basically, I'm just going to do a basic look, all right? For women who really don't want to go through all those steps of contouring and blending and all of that. So this is just going to be a basic makeup tutorial, all right? Now, one thing that we really didn't do back then, but I do recommend now are the primers, okay? The foundation primers really are very good. They keep your makeup on a lot longer and you don't have to touch it up as much. So I'm using my Bare Minerals Prime Time Foundation Primer, all right? It is expensive, ladies, but if you can afford it, it is so worth it. I actually got this in a little starter kit from eBay for $10. I got the primer, I got a foundation, and I got the Mineral Veil finishing powder, which is all so very, very nice. But I do recommend the primer, all right, because it really does make a difference, and your makeup does last a lot longer. So basically, what we did back then was we would always put on our under eye concealer, all right? This is LA Girl's Peach Color, which is supposed to help with the purple and red colors underneath your eyes. So I am just going to, and it has a little applicator. So I'm just going to put this under my eyes, and you just kind of squeeze it out. Okay, and then I'm going to use my ring finger to put it on, just to smooth it out. And it makes such a difference. It's amazing. Now, I'm going to put it down a little further. Hmm. It has a nice luminous texture to it, and it makes a real difference with my under eye circles. So this is brand new. I got this for $2.99 off of Amazon. Can't beat that price. Then I'm going to use my Eraser Rewind from Maybelline in light color. All right. This is highly recommended by all the beauty people on YouTube. Well, especially the ones that I look at. I look at Hot and Flashy and Fabulous 50s because I'm actually 61 years old. So, and I am one to always look at the beauty videos and use what they say are good products. And this is even good at kind of covering up this little skin tag that I have under my eye. And all of my sunspots. I've got sunspots on this side of my face. All these little discolorations everywhere. Okay, and then I just use that. And of course, we all want to be able to cover up our little imperfections. So I'm just going to just pat it in with my ring finger. I mean, you can use your beauty blender too. I have a beauty blender. They're not very expensive at all. Okay. So now here's a tip from Miss Angie on Hot and Flashy. After you put on your concealer under your eyes, she recommends that you use a finishing powder under your eyes. Okay. Now I'm going to use my CoverGirl pressed powder because I really like the way it makes my skin look. And what she recommends, oh dear, I dropped it. We'll use this brush. Just put a finishing powder on your brush and just press it over your concealer. Okay. And then you're going to pat out the extra and just do that to give it a good, nice finish. And it really makes a difference. Really makes a difference. All right, now, there's our under eye concealer. All right. Now, something that is new are the eyelid primers. All right. And they're not very expensive. This is the NYX Proof It Under Eye Waterproof, eyeshadow waterproof primer. And what it does, it actually helps your eye color to adhere better and to last longer. All right. This is something I do recommend. Okay. There are some new things that really, really make a difference in the application of your makeup and helps in the longevity of your makeup, helping it stay on longer. Okay. And this is something you do need to let it dry. Okay. So I'm putting this on my eyelids and a little bit above. I am an older woman with crinkled eyes, so I'm going to use a method that is supposed to help your eyes look a little bit more open. You can see how crinkled my eyes are, and then they're hooded, basically. So that's basically what we need to do, just to make our eyes look a little better. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on some cheek color, which is what we basically just did, back then. When I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I really didn't know a whole lot, about makeup application back then. And I'm just going to put a little on my cheeks and a little up here on the cheekbones. And then I'm just going to blend it in with a brush. You can use your fingers. We always used our fingers back then. But actually blending things in with a brush actually gives it a much nicer finish. And if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can use an illuminating powder, or a highlighter powder is what they call it. I've got this one from e.l.f. If I can figure out how to open it. And it's a really pretty, they call it a burned color. And I'm just going to put it above my blush as a highlighter, just to highlight your skin a little bit. And if you want to, you could just, you know, do that. Yeah. I haven't put my foundation on yet. I did put my cheek color on before my foundation. You're usually supposed to do it after. But I got a little carried away, guys. But, well, this is my CoverGirl Olay Advanced Radiance foundation. And I just put it on the back of my hand so that I don't put too much on my face, okay? And then I just pat it on. Back then, I just used my fingers. You can do whatever you want, ladies, but beauty blenders are really a great little tool. And you just pat it on, okay? And I'm not really messing up my cheek color too much. I'm just... Typically, you put your foundation on first and then your cheek color. But it still looks good, even though I put the cheek color on first. And then we're just patting it all in. And then, of course, some of us, I am of Italian descent, so I tend to get a little bit of a mustache here. So I try to cover that up a little bit. I'm half Italian, half English, I believe. So there's my foundation, but my blush still looks good. Okay. And then, you know, I can always put a little bit extra on if I want to. I do have a bronzer here that I'm going to put on my cheekbones. This is something that will help your cheekbones make your face look a little bit thinner when you put a bronzer on. Or just a darker color on your cheekbones. Okay. And it makes a big difference. It actually makes your face look slimmer. Okay. So that is your basics with your foundation, your cheek color, your concealer. And now we're just going to put on some eyeshadow. Okay. Now, I've got some really, really pretty colors here. They're shimmery colors from ColorMates, and I really, really like them. So let me put on my glasses so I can see the colors in here. It's a little dark in here, but I'm trying to illuminate my face a little bit with my phone flashlight until I can afford to get a ring light. I'm hoping this is a little better for you as far as me showing you the techniques, because I know I don't have very good lighting in here. Okay. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? Let's see. Got a real pretty rose color here that I'm going to try. And we'll see how that looks. And this is basically just a daytime look. You know, nothing too fancy. This is extremely shimmery, so it's going to be hard to see. But I like it. It's very pretty. It's a very light rose color for your eyes. I like it. It's very pretty. And then when I'm done, I'll turn on the big light so that you can see a little better. But I did want you to see my applications a little better than I usually do. So there's the pretty rose color. And then I've got like a little coppery color, it looks like. And now, with ladies with crinkly eyes like me and hooded eyes, what they recommend is that you put a darker color above your eyelid color and bring it up a little further to give your eye a more wide open look. Okay. So I'm going to put this color above my rose color. And bring it up to give the illusion that my eyes are a little bigger. Also, another trick, now something that I was taught for me, because my eyes are kind of close set, I was taught to put some darker color out on the side here, just to try and spread them out a little bit more, okay? Now I'm going to attempt to blend this all in together. I keep going back to these other brushes because I like them so much. They're nice and soft, and where did it go? Probably it fell on the floor. Well, that's okay. What I'm going to do is just take my eyeshadow brush again and try to blend it a little better. Very pretty. All right, and that's our basics. Now, if you want to, you can do your eyebrows. My eyebrows are just now starting to grow back in. I was trying to reshape them with one of those Derma blades because I'm a big wuss and I don't like to pluck my eyebrows. So if you want, you can just do a little bit in your eyebrows, but the key is to do very, very fine strokes, just so it doesn't look fake. I mean, you can accentuate them a little bit. I try not to do too much. Okay. Then we'll do our mascara. This is my Maybelline Lash Sensational, my absolute favorite mascara. And it's waterproof. I love waterproof mascara because it stays on forever, which I like because, as you can see, I don't have very long eyelashes. And I love the way this makes my eyelashes look. Love it, love it, love it. Oops, my light went out. I'm just about done anyway, so there's my mascara. And I'm going to turn on the big light. And you can see the effect. This is just basic makeup. Just the concealer under your eyes, foundation, cheek color, eye color, mascara, and then just a little bit of lip color. Okay. Now, I found this real pretty gold. It's very subtle, but I really, really like it. It's just very, very subtle. I think I would put a little bit more color on there, but I really, really love this look, and it's just very basic, okay? And this is basically all I did back in the 70s and 80s for my makeup. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This is kind of a less intense makeup session without all the contouring and everything, if you don't want to bother with that, which a lot of ladies really don't want to bother with that. But I hope this was very helpful for you. I think I look great. I know you would look great if you just use some of these techniques.